What is going on, y'all? So right now it is actually New Year's Eve, and as you can probably guess, that means that I am recording this intro afterwards. So it's 2 days after I moved to Spain from Sweden. I'm excited to get the new year started, but let's rewind to 2 days ago, and I want to take you along my journey of moving to Spain. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, so the flight went good. Don't really have anything to complain about. I was watching a course from Imangaji, or like a YouTube video during the flight, and I had this 13-year-old boy at the side of me, and let's just say that he enjoyed talking. So anyways, right now we're in the taxi on the way to the apartment, so I'll catch y'all when we're there. All right then, we're here. So I think that we should do a little room tour right now, or a little apartment tour. All right, so starting off here with the two mirrors in the entrance. We have the door right here, and then let me show you the bedrooms first. So here we have Broski's bedroom. Now he hasn't arrived yet, so he'll need to take care of this later. We got the tripod. Now that is mine. I've started creating some content. Then we have my room here. Now I've pretty much unpacked all my stuff. Then we have the most beautiful lights here, like blue, or I don't know. Safe to say that you're gonna wake up in the morning when you turn these on, but not the biggest, but I would say it's pretty solid. So that is that. Now let's turn those lights off, I should say. Then we have the other bedroom. Now we have the other bathroom right here. So pretty much it's pretty similar to the other one, but I would say those are pretty solid. Turn those lights off as well. And then we come to the kind of like the living room. I think that we will use this as kind of a workspace. I'm thinking that let's say you have a meeting, like a sales call or something like that. You could sit with your back against me. So I think that would like give some pretty nice vibes. So yeah, I think that could be pretty nice to have some meetings there. We got the TV right here. Now, I don't know how much we're going to be using that. And then we have the kitchen right here. So I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but it's pretty safe to say that this was an upgrade. I mean, this apartment is, I think it's around 70 square meters. So I lived on like a little over 10. So it's a pretty nice upgrade. So for those of you that don't know, let me just like quickly tell you how we got here. So I moved from my hometown. That was around, that's like 2.5 years ago now. And so I moved to a city in the south of Sweden, and I moved there to study my bachelor's in economics. Now I studied there for 2 years, but then at the start of this semester, I got some new clients and I got some new projects as well. So that's when I decided to take a study break. Now I did that with the intention of continuing my studies. However, the goal was always to not needing to continue my studies, if that makes sense. But I wanna kind of explain a little bit more what led me here. So right now we're gonna head off and do some grocery shopping to kind of get some food here, because I am pretty much starving. So yeah, let's head to the grocery store. I feel so lost in here. It's like I've been going in circles for like 15 minutes now. All right, so a few hours later, and the time has now come to try out the gym in this building. So I've seen some pictures and it doesn't really look that good, but you know, it's been travel day, so I still want to get a session in. And so tomorrow, that's probably when me and my buddy will like sign up for a gym and fix some other stuff around the apartment as well. So just wanted to get a quick session in. Let's hit the gym. All right, well, that was disappointing. The gym is proper dog shit. So what I ended up doing is I was on the bike for 30 minutes and then I'm about to hit some upper body as well. But man, we really need to fix a gym membership tomorrow. I mean, yeah, this ain't it. So let's hit some upper body. All right, so it has now been a few hours since we hit the gym. I actually ended up going back to the grocery store because I was gonna say there's always some shit you forget, but especially when you move into a new apartment, there's so many things that you simply take for granted when you are at home or when you are living in your previous apartment. Anyways, that's besides the point. So kind of continuing on what I spoke about earlier. In the beginning, I think it was in the beginning of September, I connected with a guy through an online community. And so no, that was actually in like July, but then in the beginning of September, we ended up having our first call. So we hopped on a Google Meet and just kind of discussed some ideas. And then, as I said before, my original plan heading into this semester was to actually finish school. Then I took the study break, and it was always kind of in the back of my mind that as I said before, I did not want to keep studying. And so we were kind of touching on the topic of maybe doing something together, like moving in together, since he's also in the online business space. And then when I decided to actually drop out of college, we got in contact once again, and we actually started looking like seriously on apartments in different like areas in Southern Europe primarily, and we ended up thinking that like Spain is a pretty solid country to live in. So yeah, I mean, pretty much I landed here in Alicante today. And so this is where I'm gonna be spending the next 6 months at least. So I feel excited. I'm very, very grateful. I feel blessed to be able to do something like this. And yeah, I mean, what I always came back to, like what kind of led me here, was the fact that I thought, all right, 1 year ahead, what will I regret the most? Well, I regret not taking this opportunity where now that I have been able to generate some revenue through my online business, well, I regret not taking this opportunity to do something like this in 1 year. And I kind of compare that to what I would think 1 year ahead from now if I were to keep studying. And so I came to the conclusion that I would regret not taking this risk, so to speak, right now. And also one thing that I've been falling back on is that the worst thing that can happen is that I move back home and like sleep in the room that I had a few years ago. And so if you ask me, that's not really that bad. Now, of course, I don't want that to happen, but kind of like playing the worst case scenario out has helped me, or helped me in this decision as well. So in a few hours, friend arrives, and so tomorrow our focus is on getting, like, kind of just getting acclimated to this new spot and running some errands, buying some stuff, and like fix a proper gym membership. Now that's for sure. So yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. And yeah, with all of that being said, I appreciate you for watching. And if you vibe with this type of content, feel free to drop a sub. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.